Good evening and welcome to our ninth chart in the Fireside chart series entitled Keeping Tabs on Productivity, Efficiency, Quality, and Boundaries. As always, I'm Dr. KD Ewulu, Executive Coach and author of the leadership book, Big Dreams, Making It Happen for Organizations and Teams. Thanks for joining me for this 15-minute chat. And if you're not able to join us live, thanks for watching the replay of the presentation on LinkedIn and on our other platforms. So let's go ahead and start. Today, we're going to go into a little bit more detail concerning the monitoring, measuring, and controlling process. And of course, we all know that this process will be incomplete without giving us all a sneak peek into the fundamentals of productivity measurement, the achievement and optimization of resource efficiencies, the sustenance of leadership and customer quality expectations, and of course, the assurance that the scope of assignments is maintained and controlled. We're going to start with measuring productivity. The measurement of productivity requires the real-time comparison of plans to execution, of course, with the intent to ensure that all that has been planned for are being executed according to the planned parameters. The main parameters, of course, are cost, schedule, quality, and scope. Now, to effectively achieve this in remote work settings and for different leadership levels, project management tools should be used for tracking purposes. Of course, with the recommended tools being the work breakdown structure, which is called a WBS, the Gantt chart, critical path methodologies, CPM, and resource leveling techniques such as crashing and fast tracking. Questions that need answering will include, are we spending at cost or below the budgeted costs? Are we ahead of schedule or on schedule? Are we leveraging resource leveling techniques to speed up execution or to reduce costs? And are we achieving these tracking goals without micromanagement of executors or frontline workers? Now, there are several tools out there, such as Microsoft Project and Concept Draw Office software, that can help us brainstorm, mind map, projectize, and perform their functions as reference documents during execution or implementation. Next, we're going to look at efficiencies. Efficiencies refer to our ability to optimize the use of available resources cost effectively and time efficiently. The allocation of resource personnel to tasks can be done in a cost-effective manner by utilizing cheaper and more tech-savvy resources for 80 to 90% of the foundational planning, while utilizing the more expensive and experienced resource personnel for the final 10 to 20% of the planning documents. That is the tweaking and finalization of working documents. Efficiencies mean doing more with less, staying lean and mean, and budgeting and executing in the midst of scarcity. Now, to achieve and maintain these high efficiencies, we must understand performance indices such as the CPI, which is an acronym for Cost Performance Index, the SPI, which is an acronym for Schedule Performance Index, the EV, which is an acronym for Earned Value, the PV, which is an acronym for Planned Value, CV, which is an acronym for Cost Variance, and SV, which is an acronym for Schedule Variance. Now, some of these efficiency trackers are calculated according to the contents of the Earned Value Management Table below. I'm going to be sharing that with you very, very briefly. I won't spend too long on that, okay, just so you catch a glimpse of what they look like. All right, as you can see on my screen there, the planned value looks at the authorized budget and assigned to scheduled work. The end value is the work performed, the actual work performed in terms of budget authorized for that work. Actual cost, of course, is the actual cost incurred in the work performed. There's something called the estimate to complete ETC, That's the expected cost to finish all the remaining work. Okay, and on and on and on, all the different indices, as you can see there, the VAC, the cost variance, the schedule variance, the cost performance index, and of course, the schedule performance index. These are with their formula, and of course, explaining on the right-hand side there exactly what they mean, okay? The cost variance is, it means that when it's negative, it's over budget. When it's positive, it's under budget. The schedule variance, the negative is behind schedule. The positive is ahead of schedule. The cost performance index, we're getting so amount of dollars worth of work for every $1 spent. And the schedule performance index, we're processing at a certain percentage of planned performance going forwards. That's really it about that. The key to efficient oversight of tasks can best be summarized with a quote from this book. It goes this way: when leaders envision, share, and initiate, and mid-levels macro-manage through distanced oversight, coaching, and guidance, frontliners are energized to execute as collaboratively planned. Let me say that again. When leaders envision, share, and initiate, and mid-levels macro-manage through distanced oversight, coaching, and guidance, frontliners, the actual executors of the work, are energized to execute as collaboratively planned. Now, let's look briefly at the concept of quality. Regardless of what we currently operate as, that is, whether we are rookies, mid-levels, business owners, or C-suite members, quality is a metric that must not be compromised if our big dreams are to be actualized. Quality means meeting the described expectations of the client or end user, and includes the actual performance of the product, which is effectiveness, and the level of after-sales service provided by our organization, which is customer service. So the expected end result of the product must be planned in. This is quality planning. Measures to achieve these expectations must be put in place. This is quality assurance. And then, of course, real-time oversight during execution should be engaged in. This is quality control. So you have quality planning, quality assurance, and quality control. One happens before you execute. The next one, quality assurance, are metrics that you put in place to make sure that you meet up to those qualities. And the actual monitoring and controlling during execution is called quality control. Finally, let's take a brief dive into scope creep. As big dreamers, we must be careful not to promise what we may not be able to deliver. A rule of thumb is to underpromise and overdeliver. This is where scope management comes in. Scope defines all that has to be completed to deliver the customer's expected results, and only all that has to be done. As we define scope, we should also mention any gray areas that might mistakenly creep into the assumed work descriptions and call them out, that is, exclude them. This inadvertent inclusion of undefined work into the original body of work is known as scope creep. And if this occurs, it could be a death knell on the success of the project, or it might just negatively impact customer relations going forwards. So if you're a rookie or mid-level manager, asking clarifying questions about boundaries before execution starts is the way to go. And if you're a business owner or C-suite member, be sure during the planning phase to call out all tasks agreed to by the client within the statement of works or contract documents. Okay, my time is up, folks, okay? We're going to be picking this up from here when you join me in 2 weeks' time on this same platform as we continue our review of my leadership book, Big Dreams, Making It Happen for Organizations and Teams. In our next broadcast on Monday, May 27th, 2024, titled Communications Best Practices Within Organizations, we'll be learning more about communications best practices, training, and management by rookies, mid-levels, business owners, and C-suite members. This is a must-see. So I want you to come expectant, okay? This is a must-see, and I want you to come expectant. All right. I want you to also get prepared for broadcast number 10 by grabbing a copy of my book at the QR code on your screen or to the background to the left of my screen. This QR code is going to take you to the links below. The first link there, as you can see, is the paperback link. That's what allows you to pick up a copy of the book physically, all right, paperback. And of course, if you just want to download it onto your system, onto your handheld, that's the ebook link there as well, okay? And of course, right there in the center there is a QR code for you to pick up the book. Now, for those of you who want to book a meeting with me, 30-minute meeting, you can see right underneath the QR code, you're going to see a link there. That's my calendar, my online calendar. You can just go there and book a meeting with me if you want to maybe further discuss some of the other services that KD Leadership has to offer, okay? Two of those are put below right there at the bottom of the screen for you. One is called the CTP Initiative Details. We call it the Corporate Training Program, okay? And then the next one is our annual coaching subscription information. Those two links, bear that in mind going forwards, okay? Because those are the two links that you're going to be needing to work with us or to get hold of some of our services going forwards. All right, I'm going to go ahead right now and I'm going to go ahead right now and as I said, right there on the screen, take a screenshot of that. That is the information that I just described to you. Okay, so go ahead and take that screenshot. That's a QR code for you, the link to the paperback, the link to the ebook, and of course, the link to my online calendar. You can book a call with me for 30 minutes. We can discuss how KD Leadership can help you out. The CTP initiative details are there, and the annual coaching subscription as well. All right. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn to receive notifications about these fireside chats. We have about 5 more of them scheduled every other Monday until sometime in July 2024. So here goes. I'm going to just close now, have a focused, successful, and satisfying 2 weeks. And I see you at our 10th broadcast on Monday, May 27th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. This is Dr. KD Ewulu. As always, I'm rooting for you as you measure productivity, achieve and optimize your resources, sustain your quality expectations, and minimize scope creep for your uniquely equipped team members. Cheers and take care, everybody. See you again in about 2 weeks. Bye for now.